we're back. My next guest tonight is a frequent visitor here at Late Night, and starting on New Year's Eve, you can see him in his own one-man show, Black Humor, at the Cherry Lane Theater, right here in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Louis Black.
Ho, 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 ho. Every year, Christmas gets longer and longer. I tell you, if I hear that little drummer boy one more time, I'm going to beat him to death. When did America's economy get tied to Santa's ass? You know, when I was a kid, Halloween was Halloween, all right? And Santa wasn't poking his nose in it. And Thanksgiving was its own holiday. It was a day you gave thanks. We didn't know for what, but we tried. And we ate, and we drank, and we passed out. And nobody woke us up and said, let's go shopping. Now, when does it start? When does it start now? It starts, Christmas starts on Labor Day, and it ends at the Super Bowl. This year, why don't you have Santa Land at halftime, okay? And then you can run the Christmas for the whole year. You know, you Christians, do me a favor. Get a grip on this holiday. There's nothing we Jews can do about it. Go to your place of worship. Talk among yourselves. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to celebrate Christmas because, you know, I was stuck with Hanukkah. And when you're you know, Jewish and you're stuck with Hanukkah, you know, and everybody else is celebrating Christmas, you become one bitter little Jew boy. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. They're always coming up, hey, Lou, you're celebrating that Chanukah thing this year. Well, look it up in a dictionary. And you don't even pronounce it Hanukkah, really. You actually pronounce it... I can't even pronounce it. I don't have enough phlegm to pronounce it. You need a ton of phlegm, and it takes 24 hours to actually say it properly. That's because, I don't know if you realize, Hebrew is a language of phlegm. That's because we were on the desert for so long, if you didn't keep the phlegm going, you weren't going to make it to the next water hole. How do we celebrate Hanukkah? We celebrate it, we play with a top. They call it a dreidel, but it's a top. And a dreidel, that's too many letters for something that's as stupid as a top. We're the only people who give our children a top and call it a toy. It's not a toy. It's a test to see if your kid has got any kind of problems. If you have a child, okay, and he's got a whole toy chest and he's only playing with the top, you get him to a hospital. You've got a kid in trouble. And what do you guys, how do you celebrate? You got lights? You got lights everywhere. Ha, 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 we're having fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're not. You've got electricity. How do we celebrate our holiday? With candles. We're like living in a cave somewhere. 8 days of gifts? That's a lie. Okay? First night we get socks. Why? Because it makes a top look like it's fun. Second night, you get a pen and pencil set with a marble base. My parents actually took the name of the bank off. Third night, you get an eraser. Fourth night, I said, what's my gift? My mother said, go study. It's a back-to-school holiday. Then you go next door on Christmas, and your best friend has got a train set that runs around the whole house. And he's got a pony in the backyard. And you're not even zoned for livestock. Merry Christmas. Well, you know, if we Jews had any brains, we would take our holiday, you know what we'd do? We'd move it to June, when nobody's celebrating everything. And then you Christians would stand around and go, ooh, look at those Jews, they're having fun. See, they're taking that menorah candle and lighting the barbecue with it. I'll tell you, the best place to celebrate Christmas, you ought to try it sometime. It's where I celebrate it, in a casino. There's nothing beats standing there in a casino watching people gamble while they play Christmas carols. There's not a drug you can take that can reproduce that. People going, damn it to hell. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Holy fa-ra-pa-pa-pum. Merry, merry, happy, happy.
Thank you very much. Have a seat here. We got to talk about something. You seem angry about the whole thing. That was just my take on it.
No, not really.
I sensed there was some anger over here that I sensed. I would think you'd be angry working on New Year's. It says here you're doing your show. It's starting on New Year's Eve. Isn't that going to make you angry?
Well, I love working on New Year's because then you never have to worry about getting... You know?
What are you talking about?
You know. I mean, that's the night everybody worries. Oh, is it going to happen? Oh, it'll be midnight and I'll kiss somebody and I'll go home with them. And it never happens. It never happens that way.
I agree, it never happens. I just don't worry about it anymore.
Oh, man, well...
You're still worrying about it.
Well, I got over it.
Well, do you like New Year's Eve? Do you enjoy it?
Well, I don't like marking a new year. It doesn't make any sense. It's always the same year. It's always the same. It's always kind of lousy. Then it gets better. Then it sucks. Then it's good. Then when it's really good, you know, it's going to stink. That's the way it goes.
That's just your philosophy of life, though, isn't it?
It's basically the way I follow. But, you know, the problem is with, you know, that we've created this millennium thing with all this new year, this year 2000. I mean, that's why you had these Heaven's Gates people. You know, and these people, I mean, this brings all of the nuts out. And these people, the Heaven's Gate people, were actually in public. We were watching them. And the thing that scares me is they're the only tip of the iceberg. They're those guys out in the woods, and woo-hoo-hoo. By the year 2000, I don't even want to think about it.
You think freaks everywhere will come out?
Oh, they'll be pouring out, you know, with tattoos on year 2000.
Why do they laugh like that? That's what I'm curious about. Now, are you going to any New Year's parties? Do you go to parties that cheer you up?
No, I don't go to a New Year's party because that's when you start to get really, your major viruses are passed around. That's when people come up to you, you know, and they're going like this. They're going, you know, they grab their nose, they do that, wipe their nose, and then they grab your hand. You know, those people.
Wait, nobody does that.
Yes, they do. They do it all the time.
Who are you hanging out with who goes, hey, how are ya? It's really good to see you.
Yeah,
who's doing that?
Your staff was doing it.
Well, they do it. Yeah, that's different. Our staff is different. But, so that's it? You're not going to go anywhere?
No, because, you know, those guys who actually do that kind of thing, they're the ones who never get sick. You know, because that's the way, you know, they pass it on to us. They get rid of it and they give it to us.
Medically, that's not how it works, you know.
It isn't? That's cooties. It's cooties.
Oh, I see you've done your research.
I worked very hard at this.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you about it. Black Humor is your show at the Cherry Lane Theater in New York City. It starts on New Year's Eve, and you're the fun guy to be with on that evening. And you'll be at the Comedy Stop at the Tropicana, Atlantic City, December 25th through the 28th. Lewis, thanks so much for coming by. Good to have you. Lewis Black, everybody. Very beautiful. Cecilia Thompson from the James Bond film coming up in about 4 minutes. We're back, and ladies and gentlemen, quick announcement. We are not on tomorrow evening. We're preempted. Oh, but no one went, oh, yeah, thank you. One guy's unhappy. Stay tuned Thursday, though. We have a great show on Thursday. James Woods is going to be with us, actor Jay Moore, and musical guest John Pizzarelli. So check out that show. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with Cecilia Thompson, so stick around.